except that the owner shall install sewage disposal facilities to meet all the requirements of the state health department. Now, do you guys know if this was amended to rectify that, or can people not have business in their house?
No, none of the bills of assurance have ever been amended. Ever.
I know, it says it here forever.
Right.
So it's written in stone, basically. So what do I do about that? Do I do it through? See, that costs me money then.
Right.
Well, Ed, you know Eddie Curtis, mechanic over there?
Well, the way I understand it is it's the SID's responsibility to maintain.
It is not, that's where we've had issues in the past with it. The SID does not enforce the bills of assurances. The only people that can enforce the bills of assurances are people who live within that addition.
So you can say, you can go to court and say that your neighbor is violating the bill of assurance for your area, your house and his house. And so you are unhappy with that, and you would like him to cease and
Well, it's a
desist.
nuisance, I mean, I thought you guys were here to protect me.
Well, we thought we were too.
Yeah,
We
a lot
thought
of
we
things
were
have
too,
changed.
but unfortunately, we've been told that we have been in the wrong in trying to enforce these. And
The purpose
that,
of the restrictions is to provide uniform protection for all property owners in the subdivision by the establishment of minimum standards of land use, building sizes, setback requirements, and the prohibition of certain undesirable uses and practices for the entire subdivision.
right?
That means the whole Ozark acres. not
And there are
my
42
section.
different bills of assurance that cover 42.
Oh, there is?
There
Yeah,
are.
there-
Well, this is the original one from 1961.
For what edition? It's for an edition, there are 42.
No,
Should say the blocks in addition up there at the top.
well, it says in class books, so I have to look up. So yeah, that's just making me a bunch of work, so I just put up with the noise and let him do the right rough shot. He's had carte blanche with his noise and his vehicles, and I mean, I can understand you can't grade the road because there's not enough money for gravel. So they scrape down to these stones, and then sometimes they pull them out and leave a pothole, and then I gotta drive over it, which I don't drive that much, but when I do, it's, you know, it kind of upsets me. I just got new front shocks on my truck. It's a lot
When
better.
something like that happens, definitely get a hold of us, because we can remedy that. But when it comes to the bills of assurances, the bills of assurances follow the land whether the SID exists or not.
Right.
So we can't enforce something that extends to such.
Then what good are they?
What good or what?
Build insurance.
They're not.
So you can take-
They're not.
They're not.
Well,
They're crap.
They need to be updated.
They need to be done, they need to be done away with. But we don't have the authority to do that either. Guess who has the authority to do that?
The landowner?
Yes.
Yeah, as it says, it's SID owner, yeah. I mean,
Right, so,
aren't you agents of the owner?
no, we are
No.
not.
Who are you work for?
We are volunteers, we don't
Oh,
work
okay.
for
I
any.
didn't understand that, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're volunteers.
I thought this was an elected committee.
We are elected, but we're
Well,
still,
if you're volunteers, how can you be elected? I mean, okay, I guess the president's a volunteer too. if you don't know that.
right? No, the president gets paid.
A mayor of the city gets paid.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
Right.
So,
I might be a little demanding because I've been putting up with this for like 16
No,
years.
totally,
okay,
totally
so
understand.
here's what I think is important for you to realize. The way that it had been handled and the way that the SID thought that we were able to help residents with different things, and the way that the SID thought that we could handle things like nuisance animals or garbage yards
So I can go
or
set
any
up
of that.
a bee raising community on my land there and it'll be all right, nobody will mess with me.
If you want to raise
As
bees,
long as it don't bother anybody, so the bill of insurance is worthless. I mean, it says on there you can't have hives or anything that causes a nuisance.
So nobody can enforce.
If no
Nobody
one,
can enforce it.
the only people that can enforce it are the people that own property in
So this
your
is why I
district.
don't come to these meetings, because nothing gets done. I mean, I understand you guys volunteers and
there's
everything.
nothing
There's nothing we can
That's what I'm
do.
saying. That's why it's just,
So go to court then.
I don't have the money to go.
I understand that, so everyone's in the same situation, Gary, we're all in the same
I
situation.
know I'm not faulting you guys at
So,
all. I'm
what
just
I'm
saying that I
trying-
have a legitimate issue and I would like help with it. That's what I'm saying.
And
I mean, I'm not trying to alienate anybody or say that they're not doing their job. I'm just trying to get the peace and quiet and peace of mind that I want from owning my own property and retiring here and trying to enjoy nature and stuff. I mean, you can't, because days that they're not running the equipment and stuff, I have deer and possum and, you know, critters around. But when they're running that equipment, it's so loud, it causes such a disturbance that they flee. And then they ride their four-wheeler up to their tree stand or whatever, and rum, and they think they're gonna get a deer. And it's like, well, keep riding your four-wheeler up there, you're not gonna get a deer, you know.
Do you know that, who the JP is? The Justice of the Peace down here?
He don't even talk to me, he's all stuck up or whatever. He's like, oh, I'm disabled too. I'm like, well,
I thought he was a preacher down here though, right? He's a preacher at that Lighthouse Church.
is he? I don't know, Van Booten, whatever he is.
Jackie.
No, Jackie Pickett.
Oh, they got a new one now, or it's the SIDS?
No, it's not, it's in the county. He's
It's
Justice
the
of
county,
Peace.
isn't it?
Well, who's this other vendor group or whatever his name is?
I think
He was a constable,
Yeah.
Okay.
but that's not justice of the peace.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
would, this guy, he's the minister of that church right down there. that's-
And what am
He
I
sits
doing
on
with
the
him?
quorum court.
I would talk to him about this.
And what can you do?
He's the first step. He doesn't have
He
to
teaches
follow.
at the lighthouse, or not teaches?
He's a minister at that
Preaches.
Lighthouse Church.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Yeah, I've met him before.
And he's the justice of the peace. He could guide you on this, but he wouldn't be able to make any decisions for you.
Right.
He would be able to guide you as to where to go to pursue that. Because he was here a few months back for a,
Something in your hair there.
well, thank you, man.
I think it was a duck.
And he was here a few months back because there was a noise plan, because people were making too much noise,
Yeah.
and he couldn't do anything about it,
No.
because there's no noise ordinance.
Well, I had the sheriff out here talking to this Tim Bell to tell him you can't make all that noise with bulldozers and heavy equipment. It's causing a disturbance in the neighborhood. And I referred, you know, to this. I said, well, you guys don't know if there's a noise ordinance, look at the bill of assurance. And there it is, right there in black and white.
I agree.
And nobody can do anything about it?
Gary,
These guys have no
all
powers.
these years, I've been here from day one of Ozark Acres.
Really? You back here in 61?
My dad was Jack Fletcher.
Uh-huh.
He was the president of Ozark Acres. I watched him build this lake. But what I'm going to say is, all these years that we've had the bills of insurance, we had, we had security guard, and then we got an officer, and then we've got these people coming in saying that we cannot do anything with the bills of insurance, they're no good.
Who says that?
Who are some of the
Isn't
people?
this supposed to be a legal document
Yes,
that's
it is.
registered with the?
There's also a place, and I wish I had my papers, that it says that the commissioners are elected to make the rules out here. And the bills of assurance to me is a rule, like G. Murphy said, it's a covenant. Okay, on trashy houses and all, I used to drive around looking for trashy houses, taking pictures, turning them into the office, and then the officer was supposed to go out, and that's for noise and anything else on the bills of assurance. And he was supposed to go out and warn these people about this problem, and if they didn't correct it, then they got a ticket. But until we got these people that are, French, but just about, complaining, now our hands are tied, and now we don't even get to have an officer.
Right.
So we're just.
Okay, so where do I stand with my property? Now, I don't own the property that my house is on.
Why don't you own the property? I don't understand that.
Yeah, you tell me, $28,000 and I don't have a land to put my property. I mean,
You can't own a house and not own a
they
property.
already foreclosed on me for taxes, for the land, not
So
the
you-
house.
So you haven't paid,
I did pay, but I didn't before because I had them in dispute. I'm sorry I'm coming up closer, but I feel a little intimidated now. I told them that I was disputing it, and they were supposed to send me a form that I fill out and turn into the
Account.
assessor, yeah. And they reassess it, or whatever they do. And I'm supposed to have the Social Security deduction and disability and all that, which I do, which they're supposed to freeze your they got me all confused on that, because they can either give you homestead, or they can freeze your rate, or not your rate, your value.
Okay, are you 100% military
No.
disabled? Okay, so you.
Well, I am, but I'm not, it hasn't been proven. I have a case going, but they're intimidating me and making life hard on me, and I'm just gonna give it up because I'm on Social Security. I get like $1,300 and some bucks a month, and I'm happy. I mean, I'm gonna die in 10 years anyway, according to statistics.
Probably me too. I'm probably older than you.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you're older than me. I'm still young.
Okay, you can get your $350, maybe on a $375 homestead credit, and then you can tell them you want to freeze your evaluation.
Right, my taxes for the county are paid, is what I'm saying, but my land, the SID,
Oh,
charge,
SID,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, what is it, land development company up there?
American Land
American
Company.
Land Company, is that?
Well, if you purchased your property,
The land goes with it, right? Thank you.
if you paid American Land Company what you needed to pay them.
I
to-
paid the bank what they loaned me to pay whoever Garner set me up with, or whoever, I guess it was his family.
Do you have your parcel numbers available?
Not mine, no, it's just right across the lake here. Not across the
There's
lake.
there's about 1,500
No, there's not.
lots
There's only
across
one-
the lake.
There's
No,
only
there are.
150 settlers trailer up there. I don't know
Yeah,
about
just
it.
look at it.
Yeah, just look at it, yeah.
All right. Not 150. It's the only house on it.
And do you own one parcel, two parcels, three parcels?
I own one parcel, and Garner said that I could use two north and west of me.
Okay, so you own one lot. You purchased one lot?
Supposedly with the house, the block comes with
Okay.
the house, yes.
Okay, so
For
you.
28,000, I should have got all three lots. So
No, you
just
shouldn't.
in my mind, just the way I've been treated, I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know too many people that can purchase 3 lots and a house for $28,000 anywhere, not even in here.
Well, it's just a small cabin, so 150 square feet.
Years ago, you probably.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
I got it
so,
at 16 years.
so you purchased one lot with a home on it, correct?
Yeah.
And you're telling me that the land has been foreclosed on
Right.
by the SID?
By the land company, whoever owns the property, yes. I believe it was American Land Company. But we made an agreement that I would pay him when
Still
I,
in ALC if he bought it. Okay, that's
maybe if you
what I'm
talk to
saying,
Garner,
so
I
I
don't
need
know,
to
is
ask.
he still around?
Paul Garner?
Yeah.
No, he's not. I talked to Jonathan at American Land.
Yeah. All right.
And yeah, he just said, well, pay when you can, and then the county comes down on me with foreclosure notice and delinquent taxes and stuff. I said, no, I'm disputing that because I don't believe in giving my money for the resort things over here and then paying $1 to go swim. I don't believe in that. I don't even go swimming, but
Well, they don't do it all.
Well, it
I don't
doesn't,
do the $1. Or I don't know, see, because I stay home and I just mind my own business. I try not to get in here because I don't want to get into a dispute with anybody. I know I'm
Get it
already.
cleared up.
right, so you're here asking for us for our help, and we're
Yeah.
happy to help you, but we do need to ask you some questions
Right, I
and get
realize
some
that. I just don't want
information.
to upset you, man.
So, you're not gonna upset me.
Okay, good.
Not at all. Okay, so you're saying that the land was foreclosed on by American Land Company, and that you're disputing.
No, the land company isn't foreclosing on me. They did at first, then I talked to Roger, but then the county came down and said that I need to pay the taxes.
Well, you do have to pay your county taxes, and if you don't pay your.
Listen,
Even if
you're
you're
not
in a,
understanding me.
even if you're in a
My
dispute.
county taxes are paid. It's the SID tax that I didn't pay because I was in dispute of.
Okay, so then who's foreclosing on your property?
The county is doing on the behalf of American Land Company.
Okay,
Don't
so
ask
this-
me, I don't know, I'm from
Okay,
Wisconsin.
this is why I'm asking, because somewhere you're saying that the SID is involved in foreclosing on your property, but then you tell me it's American Land, and then you tell me it's the county. And so I'm just trying to see who I'm going to be reaching out to.
All three of them, bring them together and find out. who I
Well, the
don't know.
SID didn't foreclose on your property.
Okay, good, that's a
Guarantee
good, I
that.
check that one off.
Okay, we'll do that.
And then the land company, yeah, you can talk to them. But the one that you need to really talk to is Charlotte Radcliffe? Yeah. And, because she's the one that's coming down on me for the delinquent taxes.
That's county.
I have, yes, that's what I'm saying. She's doing it on
But you- and then-
behalf of the land company.
No, she's not doing it on
Okay, she's
behalf
not.
of the
I don't know
land
who she-
company.
Well, you have
She
standards.
can't.
I know, they do
She-
everything they can't do, but
She represents, she's the county tax collector. So if she's foreclosing, it's from the county, not from American Land. If it was from American Land, you would be contacted by American Land and Jonathan Rhodes.
I was. And we come to an agreement that I would pay him when I got the money. Then come the county saying that I owed the money to the SID or the land company or whoever is the owner of the land that's under me, which should be me because I paid $28,000 for the cabin and the lot.
Was this supposed to go down the first year that you bought it? Like back,
What do you mean?
like when,
2007?
2007?
Yeah.
Is that, this was when this was all starting? Was when this was, you were gonna pay whatever was the back, what you were just saying with Jonathan? That this, I'm trying to figure out, was this from this year that you've been talking with him?
No, this is from since I've been here. I paid this year's taxes because I got tired of not being represented. I figured that's one of the issues. I didn't pay my taxes, so nobody's going to represent me. I'm from Wisconsin. I'm what they call,
She said.
yeah, well, she said.
Yeah, I was very nice, I was nice. I'm from Chicago, so.
Oh, okay, so you're a damn Yankee too. All right.
Okay.
All right, so what I will do is, we will get as much information as we can get. Now, I'm gonna be very honest and tell you that right now, there is nobody working or doing anything in our county at all, anywhere. They're all on vacation.
Until
They're all-
January 6th.
Until January 6th.
It's
Nobody does
holidays.
anything. Everybody's closed, everything's done. Can't talk, can't get through on the phone, can't do anything. Literal.
Government's shut down.
Right,
Yeah.
I
right.
understand.
So, we will do
I'm
our
not in
best.
any hurry, as you can see, I've waited 16 years.
We will do our best to find out what all is going
We
on
will-
with this, and we may need to reach back out to you to ask you to authorize us to be able to get information from them.
That's fine.
Do you have a phone number that we
Yeah,
can?
870-751-1345.
Okay,
Or I'm on the internet. I'm always on
Okay.
Facebook, I think you guys get on.
Yeah.
I don't know that I see land on there.
Did you get any kind of a deed?
Deed? Yeah, I got my deed.
You got the
tonight.
deed and everything, okay.
Yeah. That's why I should have title to the land too. I'd like to see what
Right.
it's coming down saying. I owe SID tax. That's exactly what he said. I owe the SID for the leisure lease, the amenities that they have here, what fishing or, yeah.
Well,
That's what I
I
say.
don't use
If
Yeah, I don't either.
if
I'm like,
you're-
well, why am I paying for something I don't even use?
well,
Well, you do-
why do you pay county education taxes? You
So
don't
we
go to school.
can not have stupid people. That's,
It's
that's
just
worth
kind of
my
all
money.
goes-
It's not working too.
No, it's not,
No,
but
it's
but
not.
Well, and
it's
I'm-
worth my money.
Well, but it's not just the lakes and the parks, it's the roads too.
I like
Good,
it.
I like it.
That goes for our roads
Some of
too.
these teenagers in high school, they don't even know how to give you change.
Yeah.
Right? I know, you need to
What's this song?
line them out.
This is from the children
Oh,
use
crap.
craft use
Cash or whatever you want to call it.
hand sanitizer when you're done. Because there were some
God,
snotty children, I'm
thanks.
sorry.
I'm sitting here playing with glitter that snot-nosed kids been playing.
Yeah.
Ew, ew.
I guess we missed some.
Oops.
So.
So, okay, let me ask you guys, who's in charge of the roads or gravel or whatever?
Nobody.
No one
There's
right now.
no money for gravel, is there? Anyway,
Y'all get gravel on the last minute.
We're trying to make a cohesive plan starting at the beginning of the year, because after the lawsuit, a lot of stuff is gonna change. We're gonna have to,
did they decide where we're gonna go, in Williford or?
that's not even what, that wasn't the tell-all, end-all, not
Just
yet.
the beginning.
Oh,
It-
more
it-
drama.
it gave-
Just the beginning.
Well, and that's the thing, we don't need it to be drama, it's just it gives us a starting point of where to focus our energy on which options, so.
Well, I hope I don't take up too much of your time.
No, you're good, you're fine.
I think it's important that I have my own.
Technically, we have another like 15 minutes until the meeting is really supposed to start, but.
Oh yeah, 6:30, huh?
Why is this stuff sticky?
Because it's Germex.
Oh, is it,
You want me
oh.
to go get the good stuff?
No, it's just weird. I mean,
It's
usually
sure.
hand sanitizer is like,
So what do you think,
Is
Eric?
it dry?
burns off your hands and
What's that?
I don't know, think about this meeting thing? Think we're getting anything accomplished? Good. Not yet.
All right.
I thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
No, no problem.
Can you get me a parcel number?
How long have you been living out here?
16 years.
Shortly, yes.
Yeah, I did.
Ooh, are those our signs?
They will be.
Cool.
This will be the longest place. I've
Right
ever
now,
lived
I'm
in
just
my
gonna,
life.
I think I'm just gonna.
I've had a house in Bancroft.
Make some copies of these and put them in like cheap
What?
frames
Bancroft was not
and
just
put them
a
down
self-sustaining
there,
plant.
Okay.
like all the parks.
Yeah, my dad
Just
has
post them
a
right
place
now.
up in
I don't
Monaco.
really swear I
Nice.
don't think
Right on the lake there.
Yeah.
they are like freaked out or not happy that they just got here. It's gotten cold very fast.
Oh, I
So
know. I really
they're not
hope they.
biting right now.
I really
don't
hope
want
they
them
bed.
Not that
I really
far.
hope they bed down.
pulling garbage fish.
It's almost there.
I really hope they bed down this weekend. Okay, this goes.
That's so long.
You
Yeah.
know, and
It's
that's,
a whole different world.
it's the,
They're
it's
here.
the data
They're
source.
getting like 2 feet of snow up there.
I know.
You know, you're
See where it's gonna come down and get us to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be snowing all the way south of Little Rock.
Yeah, I'm okay with White Christmas. I can probably.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get below freezing.
It's not in red, it's not saying.
Below
it's
freezing,
delivered.
yeah.
I don't know what's
20s,
going on. I
maybe in
think
the top
maybe they may
15.
have him
But
miscategorized.
you see what we're gonna
Does
get.
the
We're gonna
military
get-
take
Yeah,
care of
I
sick
know.
fees
It's
too?
gonna be crazy.
Well,
No,
6 ain't bad, but you get that minus 16 again, which blew my pipes out last time.
But he said he's not.
it's not.
This time I don't even have an
If you
insulator.
want us to get all the taxes.
Well, because I
I
had
have the,
major seizure.
Oh, thank you.
For 5 days. No, I'm not.
yeah, the county had it. But I don't know what they're doing. They're liking it.
Heart pills,
You know, like if, as if it,
hearts and heart.
I
I
don't know.
just have all kinds of
Something's weird up there.
It's too bad, huh?
I don't
It
know.
is.
I don't either.
Because I don't get to see my senior years.
Look at the receipts.
Well, with the blessing of God, I might, but I don't get that.
Yeah, who knows, you know? We're not guaranteeing anything.
Right, yeah. Whatever.
I don't know, we'll figure it
Right.
Hey, how'd you find that? What app is that?
out.
ArkansasCountyData.com.
AR, yep, AR
Did
county.
you ever talk to Tim about it?
Data.com.
Is county spelled out?
Yeah.
And you can get.
I didn't talk to him because
You can do anyone, really.
I'm mad.
It's,
And I'm not gonna cause it seem like that. That's why I called the sheriff. I said, you're a peace officer, right? That's what I want for his peace. I don't want a feud. I said, yeah, I was in the bar one time. I said, yeah, boy. He's always riding his four-wheeler down there. He used to live in that house.
You have to pay for
Corner
that?
of Kimberly.
you do if you're going into the map
Okay.
to
I said,
touch
aren't you that Nazi that lives on?
other properties surrounding it without having to try and find that parcel number. It just makes
Years
sense.
ago.
What's his parcel number? Did it show
Now he's got
that?
the
Yeah,
rest
there.
of the lot.
Got it right here.
That's what Tim said,
That's what I
yeah.
heard, yeah. Can't be bad, huh?
Alright, this also really does worry me, and I don't know what we need to do about this, but none of those
Yeah,
windows
that's
have.
why I keep telling them, buy a ranch, a house, get 100 acres somewhere, you can ride in four-wheelers back and forth up and down, wherever you want, and not bother
Only
anybody.
these ones up here.
Well, you gotta be right at the precious lakeside resort area with semis and bulldozers and graders and, where's the construction?
Do I go
Well, I
up,
found
I
out, he
maybe
put
at
on the
Walmart
internet
tomorrow,
that
do I find
there's
this dollar
a
tag?
lot for his equipment that he uses.
I gotta try and somehow break this code here.
Against
I need a break now with all these
the
windows.
insurance. That's the reason I'm.
Especially when all the water is back
They're
there.
not pulling
I
shades.
guess we got.
There aren't any.
There aren't any shades on any of those back ones. This one is fine, I can shut this off and, you know, I'm gonna shut this and hopefully- I'm gonna have, for how cold it's gonna be, I'm gonna have to, especially the bathrooms because they're an
Kimberly,
outside
keep going
wall.
down that dirt road there, you look on your
And I'm
left hand
just
side,
gonna
it's
have
all
to-
just garbage pile.
Is there anything?
That's right up here on the top of the hill, go to the top of the hill and go up. Right there, yeah.
Weather coming, it's going to be
Big rain,
freaking warm.
Yeah.
And what do we do?
Just keep going straight, because you can't go anymore. Yeah, when it turns from gravel to muddy dirt, it'll be on the left-hand side, just keep looking. I was gonna report it, but I'm like, well, I don't wanna make public.
Right, I know.
Right, no, not that, I'm just saying for us.
Is there?
They already hate me because I don't know why. My people didn't come over here until the 1870s after the war was over, because they're from Florida, they had orders for slavery,
Right.
Bismarck, all that stuff.
Well, we need to
Yeah, I had to drive out to
add
Yeah,
winter
it's
storm
shit
to it.
here and then nothing we can do.
I know, I'm like, well, I said, I mentioned one time that people were throwing their trash out there at
What I
the
am
main
saying,
entrance, I guess it is.
we should.
Couch
be able
and
to-
bags and
if we had an
what's the
emergency
name,
situation,
paper there,
we should be
well,
able to
see,
have
litter like they go pick it up.
full-
I'm like,
what
well,
was it that was in
why
the-
should I put myself
House
out
burnt
to
down, for God's sake.
clean
Whatever
up a
problem.
mess that some slob made? If I keep doing that, that's just
Isn't
gonna
this
make
supposed to be?
They need to get out there.
We had a cleanup day here this summer, and we here went out and picked up around our
Or
house.
if we lose
We do a dog
power.
walk a certain area every day,
Where you guys live?
over next to Tim Stern.
Oh, okay. Is that on Spring Lake?
I just look at it, if we get like an ice storm
And
or
we
something,
pick up
that
all
we
the
can at
garbage
least get
we
the
find.
four-wheelers
And
out
that
and
was
get
6 months
everyone
ago. Now
here
we-
as
we
a
think it's
central
supposed to
point, so no one
They
freezes
throw
to
a
death.
whole pizza box.
You know, because this
Well,
negative
just outside
27
on
and
the wall.
negative 35 that's gonna be in, that hurt, like,
Since coming past that church.
it hurt, it's not even that, it's,
Well, I can get out of the
infrastructure
barrel
is not
and
set up for that.
No.
It's not.
The power lines cannot handle that amount,
Instead, they throw
you
out
know,
the-
and that's why it,
Yeah.
You know, I
My
said
dad
my
used
house,
to do that.
45
Back in
degrees.
the,
Every day,
60s.
so I finally had, I think my sisters.
I finally broke them up because I'm like, look at,
Yeah, that would be.
Right, but I think-
That, I mean, we have to maybe review, I don't know, that's what I'm saying.
and that's the thing,
But
we
that's what I'm
don't,
saying. Okay, so like, Deb had reached out and
which
asked
that's
if
not always the
we
best
thought
option.
we needed to like look at opening this as a warming center. And I was like, well, my first
That's why I'm
problem
only
with that
able to
is
take cans, I gotta take them down.
24/7, 4 days, including Christmas Eve.
I just used to say, well, I was
no.
I would take
Well,
And then I was like, and this
Well, I would take them with one of my
is
buddies, I got a
them
couple
to
buddies,
be asset use.
could use some money, so I would take them to camp. I'd take them to the track. Look after where, what,
Should we?
Oh, waste more gas than.
Maybe.
You know, maybe.
Right, exactly.
Right, okay, but it's easy to like,
They got a place
like if you're getting
in-
old, you like get on old.
Okay, well, now I got a
Still
couple.
there.
You know, we, I mean, there's ways to get around that, but
Oh, boy.
we're just
Yeah.
not ready to be able to help people this weekend. There's just no
And
way
used to
that's
they
gonna
had,
work.
they had on Hardy where you could issue second sales.
Yeah, yeah, that.
But they don't have that.
I know. look
But I do
forward
want to
it.
make up a plan for here, so that if something does happen,
Yeah,
like,
sure.
what year was that ice storm? Like 2009?
Yeah, I
I think it was like 2009,
Yeah.
2008, something like that. They had like a it was a huge ice storm. I remember we got dumped on in Minnesota with inches and inches, you know?
I don't think so because.
Because unfortunately, the more newer you go in houses,
Oh,
the more newer you
Any people throwing in here or whatever.
Yeah.
depend on electric.
Because,
You know?
old people throw it up.
Right.
And if we lose
Right.
power here, I mean, we got lucky
Right.
that weekend, that we lost power all weekend this year. We heat ours with propane. I have a propane well heater that
So it's better than.
There's my report as required by our bylaws, which
Okay,
are
FedEx.
ridiculous and need to be
You had a pretty good.
redone. Oh, I didn't tell you
I mean,
this.
I don't.
I haven't figured out, but I think
But I don't
why I'm so
Right, I need
confused
somewhere
about
to
this
go
property.
with it here.
Okay.
I was in,
Because
I
what
was
she
in.
gave us to work off
Yeah.
of is a profit and
At
loss
some point,
budget
We need to stop that.
performance. It is pulling only
Right, when they got, yeah, all the people on the wagon.
or we
currently use.
have rights.
Okay, and it's not pulling all of
It's
that.
not profit and loss, it's not a profit and loss report.
It is when our
profit and loss
over
budget
spending
performance,
resources.
which is fine for keeping
Right.
track of the budget.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help me build a new budget because it doesn't show me.
About, yeah, exactly. Okay,
Okay.
okay, well then, you know what?
Okay, so I
Okay.
thought I was losing my mind and not figure out why.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you gotta give them a sign.
I'm like, why is this?
Well, this is only the.
Right.
Well, because this isn't in a budget, so she's pulling only from budget performance. So hopefully
We
with
can
John, we can switch that up a little bit,
Cool.
get the proper line items organized properly,
And then
and
go to town.
you gentlemen have a problem with us starting a little bit early?
No.
All right, well then.
We'll go to see all the people beating down the road.
Yeah, I know. I'm calling the meeting to order at 6:28. Go, Lana. Could you do our opening prayer, please?
Lord Jesus, just be with all these folks that are going in the cold, and let them find somewhere to stay. Lord, just bless and keep all of us, and let us have a good meeting and get good things turned out. With those that couldn't be here tonight, in Jesus' name I pray.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm sure my camera, just make sure it's recording.
Okay, we have very little on our, very little on our agenda tonight. Commissioners that are present, Kirby, Lang, Britt. Can I get a motion for when we would like to adjourn the meeting, please?
Make a motion during 7:15.
I second it. We're making a motion of when to adjourn the meeting.
All in favor?
I guess no.
Okay, we have no deputy report because we have no deputy present at the meeting.
Do you have a report to read?
No, we do not.
Okay, then I will volunteer.
Old business, we are going to have to postpone voting to approve minutes. They need some corrections done, and so we are going to table the unapproved minutes from November 15th until they have been corrected and reviewed again, and they will be approved next meeting.
Which
The
is
third Tuesday of January.
January.
You guys have an extra pen by any chance?
Right up there.
Whoa!
Or she'll throw it at you, Roger. All right, let's see. January 17th at 6 p.m.
January 16th?
17th.
Or 17th. Man, I have a problem reading. Yep, that does it.
2023?
Yes, 2023. That's
Take a while to get used to it.
That's going to be my next. You'll see some mistakes for the first month or so.
Right?
Huh, more?
More.
You guys.
All right, new business. We have been in the process of trying to propose a budget, and we've discovered that we have some problems with line items not matching, line items not being assigned, just some overall confusion. In addition, we're going to have a lot of changes taking place because of the court order, whatever the court order is, come January 27th. So we've come to two different realizations. We really need someone to come in and help us organize and audit our budget set up the way we have it right now.
Is that going to be during the daytime?
We have a gentleman, John Hallstrom, who is a resident of Ozark Acres, who has said that he would be willing to do that. He does have banking experience.
He's not a resident.
He is a resident.
Right.
He's a
He,
resident.
yeah.
His property happens to be right in the middle of
Yeah.
of the entire community, but it is not technically
Right.
within the SID rules.
But he helps us out a lot.
He pays Sid also.
Doesn't he?
And he pays the city, even though it doesn't have to, which is very nice.
You know how much you guys have money?
35 cents a day,
But yeah, but he's very
But
good
anyway.
at what he does.
Right, so he has.
He's a very good asset.
He was at our last budget meeting, the last two budget meetings. He's aware of where our, a little bit of the issues are with just following it right. For example, on the budget that was passed out tonight, it says that I'm over budget for my fish fund, that I spent $2,000. But I didn't spend $2,000 out of my fish fund, I spent $499 out of my fish fund, and I brought in $1,501 in donations for that fund. Those are placed strangely and confusing in the budget, so he's going to come in and help show us how to set it up so that we track that properly and that it's easier for everyone to understand where the money's coming in and where the money's going out. So, are we all agreed, or can I get a motion to hire?
Let me make a comment.
Absolutely.
Gary, he works with the bank in Memphis.
Okay.
He does it online at his house.
Mhm.
He's very,
He's a very good
I'm not
ass.
sure if you guys have somebody already or not.
No,
Do you have experience in that?
No, I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
utilities.
You're what?
Utilities, man?
What kind of utilities?
Plumbing?
Really?
Yeah. Heating, boilers,
all right.
Okay,
that's good.
electrical.
okay, awesome.
I can run equipment too. Guys could hire me to do roads. I'm not gonna say I do a better job, but no problem.
I make a motion that we vote for John to be the auditor.
I second.
All in favor?
Hey,
Makes
Okay.
you look important.
I do. Okay, so John Halsford will be hired as an SID auditor at a cost far less than the last time we hired one. That was very expensive and didn't really get us where we needed to be. Because of those problems and because of the fact that we are also waiting on the outcome of the January 27th court date, at which time the judge may require us or is going to require us to pay, make payments out immediately within 14 days after the court settlement. There are some large amounts of money that are probably going to have to move and be paid out very quickly. Because of that, we couldn't really come up with a way to do our budget for the first quarter without knowing what those
Actually,
costs are
we'll be
going to
working
be.
at-
What we
working
will
with.
be, right, what we'll be responsible for paying, when we'll be responsible for paying it, where that money has to come from, etc. So overall, during our budget meetings, we determined that it probably, oh, and we also need to have a budget committee of 3 to 5 residents helping us with preparing our budget. So in order to meet those requirements, we have discussed staying with a provisional budget, which is just using the exact same numbers that we currently use for 2022 for at least the first quarter of 2023 until a budget committee of residents and Mr. Halsted and the SID commissioners can come together and get a revised, updated budget for 2023. So, do we have any questions on that?
I think that's the way we need to go, because we need to really, with what has to
It
happen.
just kind of needs to be revamped as
Yeah.
a system, I think, and depending on what the judge says.
Right.
Judge could say he feels that those are fair amounts, the judge could say he feels like they're not. So until that court date of January 27th is completed, we're kind of in a
Limbo.
holding
Yeah, limbo.
pattern. We're just like in a holding pattern on a lot of things. So, so can we vote?
I make a motion to put the provisional budget into play.
Second.
All in favor?
hey.
Good deal. All right, Katie, do you want to read the financial?
I can do that. All right, let's see here. The Ozark Acres SID monthly financial report. In the Ozark Acres SID general account balance, we have $114,294.49. In the money market account, there is $65,519.19. In the volunteer fire department and press account, $500. In the Act 833 account, there's $11,230.51. In the Volunteer Fire Department petty cash, there's $8,687.64. And in our special business account, we have $19,302.14.
We also have that 5,000 for the fire department for the county.
That's already gone in.
They used it.
That, it's already in there.
Is it in the petty cash?
I believe they put it in petty cash, yes.
And if when they use it, they have to turn it in. If they use it.
Yeah, I don't believe it was used. I believe that it's just been received and put into their account because the petty cash went up about that much from last month for the
I was
volunteer
gonna
fire.
say, I'd have to look at last month's.
That's another reason that we're talking about provisional
Yeah.
budget also. We believe that we should be having the volunteer fire department separated completely from the SID budget. And right now, it's kind of out, but not all out. So again, we just need some help getting that cleared up.
What kind of help do you need for that?
That would be all crunching numbers,
Yeah.
not rocks. Okay, office report. I don't have an office report, except I do have a couple of comments.
I have
about
an
the
office report right
You
here.
do?
Yeah.
Oh, go for it.
I have an office
Yes,
report.
I do have an office report. I didn't.
All right, November 11th to December 15th, they entered some assessment receipts for November 30th, ongoing. Helping property owners question at lobby, also helping property owners over the phone, and some others through email. Agenda email for commissioners meeting, processed and attached all paperwork for the meeting. Create monthly maintenance / road report. Create monthly office reports. Susie is keeping up with the office and along with Marcia helping.
Alrighty. We'd like to remind you that the office will be closed this Friday and next Tuesday for the holidays. And we'd also like to ask everyone to update your contact information with the SID office, whether it's your email, your address, your phone number. Just looking at the responses to the survey that was mailed out by the opinion gathering committee, there were a lot of people who said that they didn't ever receive it, or they didn't know where it was being sent to, etc. The best way for us to be able to share information with the residents of Ozark Acres is to have your correct and current information. I know I've been saying since I first moved here that our communication is not good. For the first 4 years, I never received a newsletter. It was being sent to my previous address in Cherokee Village, even though I lived here for 4 years. So I know we need to update those things, so if residents could update us with their correct contact information, it'd be
Very helpful.
so helpful. So those are my office, like, notes too.
Where was that at, your office?
The SID office, you go
Oh,
up.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, lakes. I still have not received a dam inspection report from the Arkansas Department of Natural Resources when they were out on October 8th for the dam inspections. They are not responding to emails. I have sent emails, I have called, I've left voice messages. I'm getting no response. As soon as I get that inspection report, I'll let them know. There's no drawdown for Lake Vagabond for 2022 for several different reasons. I had more residents complaining about it than being in support of it. I don't know what I'm doing with it, and I wasn't able to find any authority figure or authority representative to give me direction on how to properly lower our lake levels. So the county extension office has gone radio silent. At the very beginning, county extension office was very, very helpful when I would call and ask for help on getting water testing and stocking numbers for the lakes, and could they come out and identify weeds for me, this kind of thing. They were very, very helpful. They were very proactive. And then shortly after we went to the quorum court meeting and asked if the county would be interested in us becoming a part of the county, it seems like the county people that I was kind of dealing with went AWOL. I'm not getting responses, again, to emails. I'm not getting voicemails back. I'm not getting messages. So I don't know if county has done that, if Sharp County is just really busy right now for the last 3 months, or what the situation is. I did get some help from Fulton County. The county extension office in Fulton County gave me some leads, gave me some contact information, which is great, but by the time I was finally able to, I finally realized I could go outside of my own county, I guess. It was a little late for me to get any of them out here to do the things that we needed to do. So, another reason that I'm not doing a lake drawdown, because I'm not familiar with it. Spring Lake does seem to be stabilizing. It is not, we're not losing water like we were through the sinkhole or depression or whatever you want to call it. But we definitely need a better monitoring system at both lakes for lake level watching. So that will be something going forward that we'll need to address in order to get these people to help us with monitoring our lakes. We have to be able to give them the information that we are monitoring the lakes. So we have to give them this, it's at this height on this day, we got this many inches of rain, it was this height on this day, et cetera, et cetera. So we will need to talk about that going forward. I had asked the volunteer fire department to do a training fire exercise or something on either or both of the spillways, but I have not gotten any feedback from them on when that might get done. The spillways still do need to get burned off at some point before next spring for sure. If you have a live Christmas tree when it is dead and you have completely stripped off all the ornaments and tinsel and pretty stuff that's on it right now, you can bring them here to the clubhouse, or they can be brought to the beach house, the guardhouse at the beach after Christmas. We will use those for fish habitats in the lake. I had a couple of gentlemen, Jim Lowe and Glenn Frone, have both said that they would be happy to show me where those would be of the most use in our lake. So if you do have dead, live Christmas trees, bring them here after Christmas. We have not seen any more activity from the beaver as far as I know. We don't see any permanent establishment of a beaver here. I think it was probably more of a transient. He kind of goes in between here and there.
Beaver on the run?
Beaver on the run.
Where was he at?
He was on Lake Vagabond at the very end of Lakeside Road. One of the residents there, he came up in his yard and took, of course, his biggest, nicest tree down.
Oh.
If you are a Lakeside resident and you don't want a beaver to eat your trees, I highly suggest you chicken wire them as soon as possible, because he does travel through here. We have had evidence of the beaver on
multiple years.
On Spring Lake as well for multiple years, but he doesn't live here.
Right. I wonder if he goes down further down Martin Creek or something.
I don't know.
I wonder.
He used to have a nest, or whatever you call it, in that tree on the opposite side of the marina. It's kind of down the tree. There's a town where he was nesting there.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
All right. So if anybody sees a beaver on the run, just let me know. The beach. Water has been turned off. Antifreeze has been placed in water lines. That is the best I know to do for weatherization protocols. We don't really have any written or...
That is also on the list
that's on the list too.
for next year. 2023 is going.
Parks. I
What
haven't...
kind of antifreeze do they use for that? Or do you have antifreeze or something?
We use...
Yeah, 50/50 antifreeze.
I mean, like propylene glycol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Just Because they're literally,
But it's
the
for-
water
for
lines
what
are
you
literally
treat
on the outside of the concrete. They're not like hidden at all, they're literally on the outside of the concrete. Yeah, so we just ran some antifreeze into the lines.
Isn't that poisonous though?
If you're gonna drink it,
Isn't that what it's for?
No.
I'm not familiar with it, I'm sorry.
no, it's for the toilet.
It's for the
For
toilet.
the toilet,
Yeah.
the toilet
Not for washing ponds?
and the sink
Oh.
line,
Just the,
yeah.
just the drain.
In the drain
Right.
lines.
Just the drains
Not
don't
the water, not the
Oh.
line.
Yeah, we didn't put it in the
Okay.
water.
My bad.
Yeah, just the drains, not the water.
We said water lines.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, all the water here will
I'm sorry.
Right, we'll make it through.
make it through.
For the parks, I haven't done anything in the parks, obviously, in the last month. I am still brainstorming ways to keep them looking good and functional without using any money at all, which is going to be quite challenging. I'm still, we're down for renting goats. We're still talking adopt a spot, researching the possibility of businesses operating on SID-owned properties. One of the things that we do need to kind of take a look at too with the parks is we have a fourth lake that appears every time we get a heavy rain on the airstrip, and that will need to change in order for that land to be of any value to us. That pond is going to have to go away.
Yep.
So if anybody is familiar with French drains or that kind of thing,
My husband
Would
happens
love
to be a master of
oh, good,
that. Yeah.
okay. And
He'll hate me for saying that.
I know. So just to kind of get us started going in that direction, I know that we have talent here in the Acres. I know that we have people who have skills. And unfortunately, we don't know who they are or what their skills are. So if there are people out there that do have any kind of skill or any kind of trade experience, if you could please let us know that.
Even if we can bounce ideas off
Right,
of
we
your
would
head.
really, really appreciate hearing that back from people. And to that end, I'm going to be holding a community meeting on Saturday, January 14th at 10 o'clock here at the clubhouse. Everyone is welcome to attend. We'll be talking about plans and prep for 2023 and beyond for whatever parts of the Acres you want to talk about. So that will be January 14th at 10 a.m. here. Oh, and the grass carp were delivered. Skip the most important thing. I had
You saved the best for last.
165 grass carp were delivered in the second week of December. They were lovely. They were about 12 inches long, weighed between a pound and a half, 2 pounds each, and are at home in Lake Vagabond right now. We are going to be placing temporary signs that say this right now. It is illegal to fish for grass carp on this property because they are you have to have a permit to fish for grass carp. So it is illegal to harvest them. They are very important and they were quite expensive. So if you could please make sure that if you catch a grass carp by accident, that it's put back into the lake immediately, that would be wonderful.
How are you doing anyway?
Permanent signs are on order and will be here sometime in the spring. Sorry, what did you say?
How are the fish doing? Are they cleaning the weeds up?
It'll take them a while.
Yeah,
At this time of the year, they pretty much go into dormant stage.
yeah.
They will start hot and heavy in the spring.
Right.
They should gain 2 pounds of body weight every year, which is a lot of body weight for just eating grass,
Right?
just eating weeds. So, all right, clubhouse report.
We got rid of 6 times this year.
Woo woo. 6 times this year.
This year. This twice in March that were paid for, I should say. Twice in March, October, and then 3 times in November.
Hey, you gotta get some more money coming in.
Plan on it.
Okay.
I'm making a plan.
Okay.
I don't know what it's gonna be, but there's gonna be a plan because I gotta bring in enough just to at least make it, because $450 is what we made For the whole year,
For the whole year.
off the clubhouse.
Now, is there gonna be a Christmas dinner, you might announce that?
Yeah, there's the Christmas potluck. I think it starts at noon and goes till 4. It's on Christmas, Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. Let me check my calendar. Yeah, starts at noon, goes till 4-ish. I don't know.
And meat is meat supply.
Yes.
Yes.
So meat is supplied. If you could bring a dish to pass, that would be wonderful.
Yes.
Everyone's welcome. Maintenance department.
Okay, maintenance report for November 2022. November, December 2022. Remove stumps of hillside and on side of road on Oak Trail. Remove pavement on Bald Eagle Drive. Rated Silver Hills, Timberwood, East Parkwood, East Mimosa, Brookhaven Drive, Brookhaven Circle, Brookhaven Lane, Vagabond Trail, Lakeside Trail, Trail Lane, East Lake Shore Drive, Hawthorne, Eagle Trail, Springwood, Deer Run. Got with Colin Clark regarding water lines and ditches, digging leaves and debris out of ditches that were piled up, and cleaned out ditches on Silver Hills, Glen Oak, Deer Run, Oak Lane. Burn ditches on Vagabond, burn brush pile, and push remainder of in pile to burn. Push remainder of trash pickup at Clubhouse, Leisure Park, as well as the other parks, and cleaned up park on East Parkwood, remove dead limbs from park Clubhouse. Fixed antifreeze leak on tanker truck. Changed fluids on salt spreader and got snowplow ready for winter. Found hose on trailer and backhoe tires unfixed. Cleaned and repainted shutters for firehouse, placed shutters back on firehouse trailer.
Fire department report.
Dylan wrote, we had a good turnout for the parade. Looking at removing members at next meeting for not showing up, missing 3 or more meetings. Turbo needs replacement on new fire truck. That's all it's got.
What?
The turbo went out.
Turbo.
Turbo went out. Oh, that's,
The turbo went out.
After the parade.
After the parade, that's what went
that's
out.
why we had to have that tow.
Yeah.
But it was, he didn't charge me $100 something to tow that.
Because he's a really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
Is that under warranty?
I don't know, Gary. I haven't talked to Dylan since the fire, I don't think.
Was that truck brand new?
No, probably not.
All right, do we have anything else?
You might check Jennifer at the sign shop, doesn't charge much for signs. You did talk to her, will she do this in color? Because if I caught a fish, I would know it's grass color.
But that's about the color that they are. They're not very colorful, they're
Or
gray.
I probably would fish them.
They're gray.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, she could do it in color. I'll just have to see where we are money-wise, and what this picture is basically for is the placement of the fin, because a regular carp has a long fin that comes further down on its back. This grass carp has very, very short fin, and their mouths are up farther in the front of their head, where a regular carp is more on the bottom of their head, on the bottom of their mouth. But their mouth is on the bottom of their head. Do you know what I'm saying?
And also one of the residents on Facebook shared how to release, because sometimes these guys come up from deep and it can mess with them of when you're trying to release them and everything.
I did see that. Dustin
And
Banford.
yeah, he did. That is very helpful. If anyone wants it, email the SID, we'll get it to you. It's just to help keep them alive in case you do accidentally catch them.
The thing, yeah, they don't go, you're not gonna hook them on a worm or a lure or
Right.
anything like that, so.
It's gonna be
It's gonna
when
be an
you're
accident.
it's gonna be if you're trying to catfish is what's gonna happen, because they're gonna go on the floor like a catfish at times.
What do you call those, a scavenger fish?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much,
Screw it.
they're the goats of the fish world.
Suckers.
They're the goats of the
Maybe
fish
you
world.
will. Maybe it's back, because I tell you my copy. All right, well, then if you don't have anything else, we have a motion.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting at, I'm doing math in my head, sorry. But I'm just gonna say 18:58.
All right, military time.
Second.
All in favor? Good. Meeting adjourned.
Yay.
Oh, before you turn that thing off,
Oh, yeah.
food boxes.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna go out after
Yeah.
Christmas week,
Hold
after.
on, hold on. I need this to get heard on the, so people can hear it.
Gary,
Yes.
hold off on that for 1 second. There will be food boxes, 15 food boxes distributed. They will be distributed the week after Christmas. We're just having some issues with timing and weather and holidays. So there will be 15 food boxes distributed the week after Christmas, before New Year's. I will keep you posted on how that's going to work out. If you're interested, reach out to the SID office, please. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
That concludes